Hello everybody, Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. Um, I just wanted to show you just some things about the 4090 um, that I noticed. Like here I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K with ray tracing on DLSS quality. Right, so I'm not looking at the frames per second here because we already know all that. I'm looking at the wattage. So right now it's at 400 watts, right? So it's like 4405. That's at 4K. So when you change it over to 1440, now the windows are going to go down to small because I don't know, for some reason this doesn't stay in full screen when you do the window borderless. It goes into a smaller screen. I tried to mess around with it, but I can't seem to get it to function the way I want to. All right, so now we're back in, and as you can see, the wattage drops, you know, almost 100 watts less at 1440, as you can see there. And the frame rate, skyrockets up to 131, which is amazing. That's pretty good with ray tracing on. So that's quite a big drop, in wattage. I'm gonna check out some other games just to see what the difference is in some other games. Alright, so here I'm in Black Desert. Now this game fluctuates in wattage depending on like the scenery and stuff like that, because there can be a lot of stuff on the screen here. And this is F4K, so as you can see it's using, you know, looking in that direction it's using like 300 and, probably average, like if you average it out looking at the numbers right here, like 360. You can see it drops down to 317 sometimes. If you look in this direction, it's a little more steady, a little lower. Okay, that's at 4K. So if I open up my settings here, you'll see that it's at 4K because I can't get, I don't know, sometimes the FPS counter doesn't come up on the screen here. I don't know why. Now if I change it to simply 1440, like again, right now it's at, going up and down, like in the 340 to 355, say. If I change this to 1440, what's that drop? That might make me into a liar now. Because yesterday I was playing it for hours, so maybe that makes a difference. But I mean, look at that massive drop. 340 to like 165. I mean, that is amazing. So at 1440, now again, it depends on the scenery because you can see it's going up here, going up in that direction, right? But like if I turn in this direction, it'll probably be a little lower, a little more steady. But still, 340 to 180 is pretty big jump. So at 1440, the highest settings here, because I'm on the remastered, you can do ultra, but I mean, that's really just taxing your card for no reason. So that's quite a drop, if you really wanted to go, 1440 with the 4090. It's very power efficient. Now again, it's going to depend on what you're doing, where you're looking, the location. This is probably a pretty heavy location here because of all the flowers and the foliage, and stuff like that. So this is a good area to, and of course the city is always going to be crazier, but you're not going to be hanging out in the city very long. So I'm going to check another game and see like what the difference is. All right, so I'm in New World now. MMOs, especially the newer ones, they kind of tax your game pretty good. So I'm in 4K, pretty much ultra settings, running at 121 frames per second, but I'm about 400 watts, say. It's fluctuating. So I'm in the city. It depends on where you're looking again. It's going to change the wattage per, requirements. But we're just say the worst case scenario. I don't know why in that why in this direction it's a little bit higher, but it's going up to like. Sometimes when you're moving around, the GPU is working hard, right? So again, 4K Ultra, it's about 410 watts. Now I have my system, my NVIDIA control panel set to high performance, or maximum performance, so it might be really pushing this card higher than it needs to go. I probably should have shut that off because I might be prematurely just pushing wattage for no reason. So let's turn it down to 1440 and see if it goes from, say, 420, which is what it was just at, what it goes to. Let's see here. So 420 to like 245, 250. So, that's 150 watts less just going from 4K to 1440. That's pretty amazing jump. I mean, I think. Of course, we're getting 144 frames per second. I'm not sure if that's the max because I have the desktop set at 144 refresh rate for 4K, so I don't know if that's I don't think I have VSync on, but I can't really see because the NVIDIA thing's in the way here. Let's see if we got it on VSync. Video. It just says max frame rate. I don't know if they have. Oh, VSync is on. Why is it on? Oh, I probably turned it on for gameplay. Yeah, so how do we, so is it off now? So it's still running at 144, 147. It's going a little higher now. So again, 1440, it's at 200 and say, again, it's fluctuating. It's, takes a little while to get it to adjust to like a normal. So 245, 250. And then go up to 4K again. And then it's right back up to, 400. So it's pretty amazing. But it's still running at 1440 or 144 hertz. 145, and that's something. So there must be a CPU limitation or something. I don't know what's going on. All right, next game. All right, now I'm in Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't see much of a difference here changing. I mean, it was significant. I'm at 4K. I don't know, ultra or very high settings, whatever it is. Running at 113 FPS at about 390 watts. Okay. And then if we change it to 1440, it goes down to 320, probably on average, because it's fluctuating there. So not as big of a drop, you know, like a 70 watt drop. But the game still looks fantastic in 1440. I mean, I could still play it at this resolution, no problemo. Again, it depends on what you're looking at. I'm like looking in this direction because seems like it's taking the most wattage. So I'm just looking at the worst case scenario here. So, yeah, let's do one more game. So now I'm in Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I'm just trying to get a variety of games, old, new, whatever. So it's at 4K Ultra settings, which is pretty high. It's at 390 watts. Running at 144 frames per second in 4K. And let's see what it drops down to if we put it to 1440. And this is DirectX 12. So that's take a little time to adjust. So it's all the way down to 30 watts. Still running at 144 frames per second. I'm pretty sure I turned VSync off. So like 225, 230. We'll put it back up to 4K. So 230 versus give it a little chance to load up everything. So that's quite a drop. I mean, 385 watts all the way down to 235. I mean, that's what, 150 watts difference just from going from 4K to 1440. And this is also ultra, so I mean, it looks pretty nice even at 1440 ultra. But that's pretty insane. 4K is still pretty darn, you know, heavy on GPUs. So anyway, I just wanted to share that little thing about the 4090 just to see the difference between 4K and 1440. All right, bye.